Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming at you from the vehicle. I figure if I'm going to drive into work, you guys are going to go with me. Right now, they're kind of bringing people back into work just a day or so a week and rotating people out, So I go in on Mondays with one other person. Someone else goes in on Tuesdays, so, it's kind of like that. And now, since it's in Kansas, they've gone ahead and I work over in Kansas, by the way. I live in Missouri. But since I work in Kansas, it's a state mandate to wear a mask. So luckily, I am in a studio, so I don't really have to wear it all day, but I do if I have to go to the restroom or in the hallways or up or down the stairs or whatever, out and about, I have to put it on, which is fine. I really don't care. It's no big deal to me. That's just how it is. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing the podcast from the car, and I probably will. Mondays are a good day for me to do it. And, plus, catch up with you guys on everything I did over the weekend, which is when I usually have, watched a lot of TV or movies and listen to a lot of music, that kind of thing. So, let's see. What is bugging me? Well, I bet anything you guys know exactly what that is. Yeah, it's still bugging me. The mask thing is still bugging me. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I had to go. I was somewhere and I had to get some groceries or something. Drop my daughter somewhere and wait for her. And so I went to a Walmart that was nearby because I just had to get breakfast cereal and stuff like that. And so I went in there and there was a lady. Of course, I put my mask on when I'm walking in. And there's a lady right by the front door, and she's like, as you're walking in, she's saying, "Hey, it's a mandate in this county to wear a mask in public places." And of course, I had mine on. Other people had theirs on, and I did notice there were a lot of people that had masks on this weekend. A lot more than I've ever seen in any store, any public place. So that was something. But there were assholes just walking right past her and not with no mask on or nothing. I was just floored. I think that it has to be required, and it has. Oh, thanks, big pickup truck guy. Your truck's so powerful. Did you hear it, everybody? Anyway, they're either going to have to shit or get off the pot when it comes to this mask thing. Seriously. If you leave it open for dumbasses to be dumbasses, then dumbasses will be dumbasses. I promise you. And we've all seen, they came out with a list of places that, different zones of like green to red, and all the colors in between of places where you should wear a mask the most and all that stuff. And the furthest down, the most dangerous place to be without a mask is a bar. I wonder why that is. It's because people are yelling, they're drinking, and they're talking loud, and that's how all that stuff spreads, and that's how people get sick. You're in a smaller space, it's a bar, you know how it is. People, it's their first time drinking a beer, they can't control themselves, so they're practically screaming. And spittle is coming out. Whether or not you know it, it's happening. And in that spittle from some people is COVID or coronavirus. So, yeah, that's what's going on, man. There's been a couple incidents I've seen where they've traced back, to this bar. 18 people out of 50 people that were in the bar have COVID-19 now. Jesus. That's insane, man. Bars... Look, I love to go hang out and belly up to a bar and hang out with some buddies, and I like doing that, and it's fun and all that stuff. But I don't need it that bad that I got to go out at this time and go do that. There's no way. You can't get me to go to one right now. There's no way. So yeah, that's just really interesting, man, that there's still such a struggle when it's a county, or even over in Kansas, it's a state mandate that you wear a mask in public places. Yet I see motherfuckers not wearing them. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. Well, they're not going to listen, because that's a woman that's the governor in Kansas. So, you know, I mean, what do women know, right? That's how they think. That's how the dummies that aren't wearing masks, that's how they think. What does she know, man? She's just a stupid woman. Seriously, that's how they think, man. So, anyway, it's just insane. I can't believe that people are still fighting it and all that shit. But it is what it is. You know, I brought up the idea, you know, there's an easy way. I don't want Donald Trump to be reelected. I'm going to get political here just for a moment. I don't want him to be reelected. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't. But I got an easy path for him to come out of this looking a little bit better than he does right now. It's so simple, dude. Get yourself a mask that says MAGA on the front of it, right? And wear that mask and say, okay, everybody, you know, I'm president, I'm going to wear a mask now. Just wear that motherfucker once on TV and sell them some bitches. You'll make a fortune, and people will wear masks. Oh my God, it's ingenious, dude. Yeah, I will take it. I will take watching people wear that just so that people are wearing masks. Gladly. You know, it's funny. I have a Caddyshack Bushwood Country Club red hat. And from the back, if you can't see it, it looks like I'm wearing a MAGA hat. I won't wear that fucking hat. I won't wear it. And that sucks, dude. I love Caddyshack. Caddyshack is, to me, one of the funniest movies ever made. It doesn't really hold up, I think, but I love it. And I would love to wear that hat, but there's no way on earth I'm wearing that. Because I've seen dudes wearing MAGA hats out, and it's like it's a magnet for you're an asshole looks. There's no way. So I don't want anyone to even think for a moment that I have that on. And it's not that I care so much about what people think, because I really don't. But I definitely don't want them to think that I'm wearing that fucking hat, that MAGA hat. Fuck that. No way. Never. Better make sure my corpse is there before you put one of those sumbitches on me, because I would never wear that garbage. So I guess I did get a little political there. Sorry. But that's what's bothering me right now. I mean, that and, you know, people being upset about statues and trying to argue with me that we're getting rid of history and all that shit. Well, we don't have to, man. Put it in a museum, you know, history museum. If you love that statue so much. The funny thing is the people who are arguing so much about that are the motherfuckers that don't even know where the art museum is in Kansas City. That just cracks me up. They're pitching and moaning. Or the history museum, they don't know where that shit is. They have no idea. They're pissing and moaning about history being erased. And I don't know, man. I think I remember when we overthrew Iraq during Desert Storm, and we toppled the Saddam Hussein statue. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, we knocked that motherfucker over and took it and got rid of it, tore it up, shredded it, all that shit. I guess that's okay, you know? But it's not okay to take people who were traitors against the United States of America. It's not okay to get rid of their statues. It's not okay to get rid of slave owners' statues. And now you get into some questionable territory here, right? Because there were a lot of presidents in history that did own slaves. And at that time, it was perfectly acceptable, you know, if you didn't have any sort of conscience, to own slaves. So you got to ask yourself then, I mean, did George Washington have slaves? Yeah, I think he did. So are we going to get rid of George Washington statues and monuments? No, probably not. So I think we probably need to kind of draw a line somewhere and say enough of this stuff. But I get where people are coming from. I understand why they want it gone, right? But at the same time, I also understand that maybe we should retire some of these things. Like, if you really want to be upset, why don't you look at the money that's in your pockets? Take a look at your bills and how many of those guys on those bills, those 20s, 10s, or how many people on those bills own slaves? Quite a few of them, guys. So you might rethink that kind of thing, I don't know what we do to rectify all that. I don't know how that goes on exactly. But what I do know is that the national football team, the Washington Redskins, still exists. No, people, I'm not a racist. As a matter of fact, I'm part American Indian. But Redskins? That is one of the most foul names for a sports team. It's just, that's fucking insane. So the fact that that still exists in 2020 is crazy. And the fact that Chief Wahoo from the Cleveland Indians is still their mascot is crazy, man. That's got to go away. Have you ever seen that mascot? It is so horrible. Ugh. So I think we got to get rid of some of that stuff. I know, I live in Kansas City, so I don't really think there's that much wrong with the Chiefs or the Braves, or the Warriors or those types of things. I don't have a problem really with those names because I don't think they're disrespectful. But I think the name Redskin is kind of not positive towards American Indians. I think that's kind of a negative, guys. And I think the imagery of Chief Wahoo is pretty bad. If you haven't seen that shit, check it out. Maybe I'll put a picture of it in the notes. It's really bad. But anyway, a lot of things are bothering me, as you can tell. I don't understand mask mandates if we're not going to make people wear them. And I don't think you should give people tickets for not wearing them. I think you give them 3 warnings. Hey, here's 3 warnings. And after the 3rd warning, man, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay a fine if you're not wearing a mask. I mean, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, you could do $20. I don't care. Take the money and put it towards some sort of health deal. I have no idea. But if you've been warned 3 times and you're still not wearing a mask in a public place, then fuck you. You can pay a fine. And, same goes in people's workplaces and stuff. If your company's told you to wear a mask and you're not wearing it, I think you get a couple strikes and then you're out of there, man. I don't want people to get fired either. But you can send them home for the day, without pay for 1 day. That would probably fucking learn them real quick to wear those masks. And I mean, I hate to be that way, but it's like, God damn it, dude. We are fighting something here and trying to survive as human beings. If we want to be able to, we need to get back to being smart again. How about MASA? Make America smart again. Because right now we look like the fucking trailer park of the world. I hate to say that, but it's true. We look so stupid. And it's sad because we're not, man. We're better than this. So it's really upsetting. That being said, boy, people went crazy on fireworks this year, huh? Anybody else notice that? I mean, I know we bought too many, but I mean, there were a hell of a lot of fireworks going on. I think it's because people can't vacation. So they're like, well, I'm going to sit in my yard and light off, blow shit up, just to keep entertained or whatever. But that's it for what's bugging me for right now. I'll take a break real quick. We'll go to the commercial and we'll come back and talk about some things I'm into. Hey, Kyle. All right, and we're back, everybody. All right, so some things that I am into right now. Well, I did get some records recently, a few different records. The Bob Marley Legend album, I can't remember if I talked about that or not, but that's a winner. Another greatest hits album, too, by the way. And then Rod Stewart's greatest hits, too. Really great, man. I mean, that's a great album. That dude had so many top 10 hits. It's crazy. And then finally, my Beastie Boys Hello Nasty record came in. Man, that record is so good. I I listened to that nonstop when it came out. It was just at the right time. I had been divorced, and it just hit at the right time for me, and I listened to it quite a bit. There was a lot of other music I listened to at the time that was maybe a little more feeling sorry for myself kind of stuff, but I listened to that Hella Nasty album a lot, and so getting that on vinyl has been great. I really love it. It's great to listen to. That's about it in the music arena. I can't think of anything else that I was going to talk to you about there. Other than that, let's see, movies. I haven't really watched a ton of movies lately. We did watch the Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell on Netflix, which we got a new TV in our front room, and then we put the old TV downstairs for the kids, so they have a little area to hang out and play video games, watch movies or whatever they want to do. And so we got a newer, nicer QLED 4K TV in the front room upstairs. And so that Eurovision film was obviously shot on 4K cameras, and it's also HDR as well. So it was a fine test of the capabilities of this television, the Samsung that I got. And I gotta say, man, it pretty much blew me away. Not the movie, but the way it looked on there. I was really pretty floored. I mean, it helps that I have Google Fiber, so it's going to be able to push through enough of a bit rate to where it's going to be pretty high quality, and it sure as heck was. I mean, they definitely, I was talking to the wife about it later, it did almost seem like they were going to just walk right out of the screen to us. It was so crazy clear. But yeah, so we did watch that. It is a funny movie, by the way. It's a little slow in spots, but it's really a good movie, and it's pretty fun. If you like Will Ferrell and you don't mind a little bit of a touchy-feely movie that's a little crazy, silly, ridiculous, and you like watching people in crazy costumes acting silly, it's perfect. The guy who plays Legion, the X-Man, I think he's the most powerful X-Man ever. I believe he's Professor X's child. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, the guy who plays Legion is in the Eurovision movie. He kind of plays the Russian guy. He's kind of a bad guy, but not really in the movie. And he is amazing. Definitely almost worth it just for his performance. He's so ridiculous. Let's see, what else have we watched? I did start the second season of Twilight Zone, the new Twilight Zone, Jordan Peele produced. And the very first episode, watched that last night actually. And let's just say I'm going to watch all of these as quick as I can. There's 10 episodes this season. I absolutely love that show. And I forgot how much I love it until I started that up last night and watched it. But man, really great. That first episode of the season too. Whoa, man. It's remarkable. It started out a certain way. It's about a guy who he can communicate with another person, but only through his mind, right? Like your internal dialogue you have. There's another person that the wires are crossed somehow, and she can talk to him, and she can hear him, and all that stuff, and he can talk to her and hear her. They can do that in each other's heads, and there you go. So on and so on. Things take place. But yeah, I thought it was going to be, this is going to be just like Her, the AI, the AI film with Scarlett Johansson and Joaquin Phoenix. And it does have some similarities there, but it's different. You'll see. If you watch it, it's something else, man. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was very different. I kind of guesstimated what was going on before the end happened, but not perfectly. So, but that's about it for watching. I can't really think of anything else. I did flip over on Disney Plus also just to see what the Star Wars films look like since they're all in 4K on there. And holy crap, man. I did put on Rise of Skywalker just to check out, and it was the scene on the planet where they meet Lando, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen that film. But holy cow, it was so crystal clear and beautiful. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that was kind of cool. Definitely liking that new TV. And let's see. Music, TV, there you go. Oh, I did start reading Jane Goes North last night on the Kindle also, earlier in the evening. And I like it, man. I mean, Joe Lansdale is a hell of a writer. And he's just able to... He's able to introduce characters to you that, you know somebody that's like this character most of the time. And I love that about him. I think that's what's so remarkable about him, and that's why he has such a following. He just really appeals to a lot of people. Pretty awesome stuff. And then I did check out the Paul Scheer podcast. Paul Scheer, who does How Did This Get Made? And a few other different podcasts. He does a new kind of video podcast deal that he's been doing for Marvel, because he does write for Marvel Comics. He wrote, what's it called? Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel Universe, or something like that. He's written a couple of the Cosmic Ghost Rider deals, and I think he's even written for Guardians of the Galaxy comics. But anyway, he is doing a new kind of video podcast, and he's working with a guy that he has known a long time from Marvel, and they just have different guests on, and they talk about comics. And the first episode was Damon Lindelof, who created Lost and a few other things that I guarantee you know. And the last one I watched had Jason Mantzoukas, which is Paul's friend. They actually do How Did This Get Made together. But yeah, I think there's 5 or 6 episodes, but it's really good. Interesting to listen to people talk about comics and the comics that they were into or what they read growing up. And the other cool thing that he does with it is he throws a shout out to a different comic store somewhere in the United States every episode, and kind of helps them get their name out there so people can even actually go online and order comics for delivery and everything from those stores. So that's kind of neat, man. Neat partnership there. So, but yeah, I did check that out as well. That's about it, guys. I cannot really think of much else as far as stuff that I'm into right now. Just been playing with the computer, the Mac Pro. I know what I did. I did start writing again. It's interesting. My boss had reached out to me and let me know that there was they were accepting submissions through Netflix for screenplays for films, and it's being worked on with Ron Howard is involved in it and a few other people. And she said, do you have anything? And so I did put in a submission for it. But yeah, her getting me involved in that and everything has kind of sparked that in me and made me think about that. I should be writing again. I should be writing. Why am I not writing? And so I did kind of start that back up a little bit, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I really like the screenplay or the script format. So I think that's what I'll be writing in. I'm not really a book or novel, or I guess I can do short stories. But yeah, I really like screenplays, and I like how they're laid out, and it's kind of the way I think anyway. So I'm just going to approach it from that angle. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to write stories as scripts, and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, kind of interesting. Something I got back into that I haven't done in a long time. So I'll be curious to see how that goes. And I may rewrite some things that I've already written. I know I started on this new go here. I started on one that I've worked on several times, but yeah, I want to finish this sumbitch, man. So I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good story, and I want to finish it. So, but that's it, guys. Not much else to talk about. I mean, that's kind of my life at the moment. We do have a new family member. We did pick up a black pug puppy for the kiddos. They've wanted one forever, and she's amazing. Dolly is her name, and she's just adorable, just beautiful little dog. And the funny thing is, our other pug, Seuss, it's like he knows she's a pug. He has been following her around and like protecting her almost. It's weird, but everywhere you look, if she's there, he's there behind her. and he's just kind of watching her and making sure that she's all right. I mean, he's fixed, so I don't think he has any ulterior motive, but she's so little too. I think it's just, he's just fascinated that there's another pug in this house. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I've even seen them playing a little bit and stuff. It's a trip. But that's it, guys. I will get back to you guys next week. I want to try and do a show. Mikey is out of town, but he'll be back soon. And I'd like to try and do an episode with him again and Pee-Pee, the same way I did that one that you guys listened to. Actually, it'd be closer to the way I did the one with Keith Beard. So I want to try and do that in the near future and get another one of those under my belt. I like the way that works. But until that happens, or until at least next week anyway, that's all I got for you. I will catch you guys next week. And, if you think about it too, if you wouldn't mind, you get off my lawn.